What up, YouTube? Ed, WeskerGriff, coming back with a SGC grade and reveal video. Going to be showing off 15 total slabs that I recently got back from SGC. Now, I have had these cards in my possession for over 2 months. Mike Go gave me these cards back in October. I've just been so delayed and prolonged in making this video, so finally getting around to doing it on December 1st. But this was from a group submission back in late June, early July, and I think the turnaround was about 3 months. Overall, the group did pretty damn well with this particular submission, but I kind of had a rough submission. A lot of the cards that I sent in were cards that I've had for a couple years that were sitting in my grading pile, that every single time I went to evaluate the card to potentially send in to either SGC or PSA, I would always put back in the box because I saw an issue or two. So the grades weren't really too surprising. A couple cards I was a little surprised over, but overall was probably to date my toughest submission that I've ever sent to either SGC or PSA. So let's get into it. 15 cards, 3 of which are reslabs. So I'll show the reslabs first. This is from 1984 Fleer. This is a mint 9 of Pete Rose. Got this, I think someone, I want to say maybe Mike O or somebody else in the community gave me this card in one of the older slabs. I just thought it would look better in the newer SGC slab, since I'm a way bigger fan of the new slab over the old label with the green, and there was a lot going on the old label. I wasn't too crazy over the old SGC labels, so figure I get this one reholder, and it came to 9. Then people who watch my videos will remember this card. I bought this at the 2019 National in Chicago. This is the 1940 play ball of Hot Potato Hamlin. So that was a very good 3. Got this at the National for $7. So it was one of the last purchases that I made before leaving the show. And really happy to get this into the new holder. The old holder had kind of a crack on the case. There was like a big scuff mark in the center of the case. So card looks fantastic in the new black tux there. So really like that. Here's the back of the card. Really have been looking to try to pick up some more Hot Potato Hamlin. I know I've said that like months ago, but I've been looking at the 41, I think it is, the 41 play ball. Really need to put that onto the radar to try to pick up. But pleased to get that reholder back in. And this final reholder was probably one of my best purchases that I made this year. I also had them review this card to see if it could get the pristine 10. It did not meet the pristine 10 criteria, so it just came back the Gem Mint 10 that it was. But this is the 1997 Bowman Chrome of Roy Halladay, Hall of Famer Roy Halladay. And this was probably one of my best purchases this year. Bought this in, I think it was at the end of January or the beginning of February. And I paid $180 for this at the time. At the time, the PSA 10s of this Roy Halladay, I believe, were selling for around $295 to $300. So to get the SGC Gem Mint 10 for under $200, I thought that was an absolute bargain and a great price. And was really glad to get a Gem Mint example of this card into my collection. I have no idea what the prices are now, but I imagine with the modern boom that we saw over the summertime that the prices probably did go up, if I had to go out on a limb and say that. But pleased to get that one back. And now on to the cards that I submitted. So the first card here, happy about this one. This is from 1996 starting lineup. This is a mint 9 of Ken Griffey Jr. So back in the late 90s to mid 90s, I used to collect starting lineups, collected them pretty hardcore, more so than cards actually. I remember the starting lineup conventions that used to be all around here in the Philadelphia area and in New Jersey. Starting lineups were really, really big in the hobby at one point. I know that they kind of fizzled out and have disappeared, but the cards have recently seen a small reemergence. There's a lot of people that have been, trying to buy the old starting lineups to submit the cards for grading, and I have submitted starting lineup cards in the past before, so this one came back a 9. Really happy about that, because you got to think this card's been in, it was in plastic. There's so many things that can go wrong with it. Then you have to open up the starting lineup and pull the card out. So many things can go wrong. So the fact that it came back a mint 9, in my opinion, that's a really good grade for a starting lineup card. This next one, I believe I got this out of a value box at either the Wildwood card show or the Philly show. This is a pretty damn tough card to find. This is from 1999 Masters, Collector's Edge Masters. This is the galvanized insert number out of 1000 of Doug Peterson. So an absolutely beautiful card. Late 90s insert. These things are extremely tough to get, and this came back a near mint to mint 8. So this one was a little disappointing. I was really hoping for a 9 on this one. Knew the card had some definite issues, especially with some of the corners, but I thought it would be okay to maybe try to get a 9, but it came back to near mint to mint 8. But I am pleased that this card is slabbed in the collection. Loved that SGC puts the number in at the top there. As you can see, it's number 231 out of 1000, and you really can't find these cards. So when I found this in one of the value boxes, it was a must-buy for me. So numbered out of 1000 there. I mean, back in the late 90s, to try to find numbered inserts, we all know how difficult that was to pack pull some of these cards. So Doug Peterson there for the Eagles PC. Next, this is from 2013 Topps Opening Day. This came back a 9 of Mike Trout's. So did send in quite a number of Trouts. This was actually in my PSA pile. Looked at the card pretty closely. Thought it had a good shot for maybe a 9.5. That's the grade I was kind of hoping for this, but it came back the mint 9, which to me it didn't look like a gem card. So this is a card that's been floating in and out of my grading box for quite a while, so kind of got the grade that I knew it would probably get. But like I said, I was hoping for the 9.5, and it got the 9. So Mike Trout. This next card here is actually a pretty good grade for this particular card, in my opinion. My buddy Rich, Breezin' 08s, hooked me up with this card, I think about a year or two ago. But this is from 96-97 Topps. This is the NBA at 50th insert, rookie of Allen Iverson. So this card is extremely condition sensitive, especially with the silver there on the edges and the borders. But this came back at 8.5, near mint to mint. So very, very tough card. Knew of the issues this card had. Was never going to probably send this card to PSA, but I wanted to get this card slabbed in my collection. Wanted to get it nice and protected. And I actually thought it would probably get a little lower than that. I was thinking this card would maybe get an 8, but got the 8.5, which, like I said, happy about that one, because I had very, very low expectations for this card, because there's definitely some issues with this one. This next card is from 2011 Topps. This is the Diamond Anniversary. If you guys watch my grading reveals, you know that I always try to send in some of the Phillies Diamond Anniversary cards from 2011. One of my favorite insert sets from a flagship Topps product. But this is Roy Halladay, and it came back a mint 9. This is the first Diamond Anniversary card that I have submitted that has come back lower than a 10. So I will say this was This was a little disappointing to get a 9 on this particular card because I'm shooting for the 10s on all the Diamond anniversaries. But still a beautiful card. Like I said, the Diamond anniversary inserts are some of my favorite flagship Topps inserts that they have ever done. Just great shine on these cards. And it's in the extremely sought after year of 2011 Topps. So, sweet card. Love it for the Phil's PC. Just wish it would have came back to 10. So I could have more consistency there with the cards that I already have. But the Roy Halladay. Next is one of the few 10s of the order. This is from 2019 Topps Chrome Update. This is the green refractor numbered out of 99. This is a card that I pulled out of one of my mega boxes. This came back a Gem Mint 10 of Carter Kibum. So, prospect for the Washington Nationals. I don't really think he did too much this year with the Nationals. I know prior to this season, a lot of people were buying his cards and a lot of people were speculating with him in the hobby. I'm not sure what his particular role will be with the Nationals going forward. I don't know that much about him, but I figured since it's a green rookie, it's a refractor, tough card to pull, that I would get it slabbed into the collection or maybe to sell in the future. So was pleased this one came back a Gem Mint 10 because this might be a potential card that I move in the future. So numbered out of 99. Carter Kibum. Next is a card that I've had for years, and originally I was going to send this off to PSA, but took it out of the pile. Figure I sent it to SGC again, hoping for that 9.5 because it didn't occur to me that this would be a gem card. But this is from 0910 Upper Deck First Edition. Rookie card, came back a 9 of James Harden. So one of the James Harden rookie cards. And we all know how basketball has absolutely exploded and has gone stupid. But there was no Panini Prism in 2009-2010. So I have no idea what the value on this card is. But this is the only Harden rookie I have. So I'm happy to add it into the collection. And I am glad it at least came back a mint or higher. But I had a feeling this card was not a gem card, and I figured that it had a better opportunity to maybe get the mint plus to 9.5, hence why I sent it to SGC, but it seems the gamble did not pay off. It came back the mint 9, which is still a good grade, but was set on that 9.5 there. But there you can see the back of the card. Third player drafted in the 2009 draft, James Harden. All right, this next card I've had for years, and this one worked out. This card must have been in my PSA pile to potentially send off at least 6 or 7 times. But this is from 2010 Bowman Chrome Draft. This is the Purple Refractor Rookie. This is a 9.5 of Madison Bumgarner. And he had such a dreadful season this year. With the Arizona Diamondbacks. I think he was one of the worst pitchers, one of the worst starting pitchers this year. I know it was only 60 games, but hopefully he can give the Diamondbacks something. Regardless of the bad season he had this year, he's one of the all-time great Giants pitchers, especially in the postseason. I mean, I think he single-handedly, especially that one year against the Royals, he won them the World Series by just being absolutely impossible to get a hit off of. But really, really cool card. Great shine to it. It came back the grade I was hoping for, the 9.5, because I had a feeling that it wasn't a gem card because I looked this card over so many times throughout the years and just never pulled the trigger on sending it in to PSA. So, 9.5. Mint Plus. Next, we got some Trout. This is from 2018 Topps Chrome. This is the Superstar Sensations of Mike Trout. Came back 9.5. Was hoping for a 10 on this one, especially since it was from a 2018 product. I do have several of these cards, and I tried to pick out the best one, but clearly I didn't do that. So was hoping for the 10, got the 9.5. So a little bit of a disappointment on this one. Same story with this card. This is from 2013 Topps Archives. Also, Mike Trout, this came back the 9.5, so I was hoping for the 10 on this one as well. Have, I think, 2 other copies of this card. Tried to pick out the best one, but unfortunately did not get the gem. Got the Mint Plus on the Trout. And then the last 2 cards here. This is from 2018 Topps Chrome. This is a refractor 9.5 Mint Plus of Gleyber Torres. So this was kind of a big card before the 2020 season. A lot of hype with Gleyber. Unfortunately, he had a very, very rough season in 2020. I've talked about this before on the channel. A lot of people were really trashing Gleyber Torres pretty hardcore. There's no way I'm writing him off. 60 games. I mean, that's insane to write a player off after only 60 games. But I know I've heard there was on New York radio, they were demanding to trade this guy to cut their losses, but hey, it's only 60 games. Let's see what he can do in 2021, and I still believe in him, so we'll see what Gleyber Torres does for the Yanks, but this came back a 9.5 Mint Plus. Cool card. I'll be holding on to that one. And then I sent in the base, which got the gem 10. So was pleased with this one because was hoping for some 10 on the Gleybers, and this one came back to gem 10. So overall, that was the submission. As you can see, kind of some rough grades in there, but I did get some 10s and some of the grades I did expect. So overall, it was pretty good, and I thank you guys for watching the video. If you are sending out submissions, best of luck, and I hope you guys do well. Take care. Have a great one.